Hello, my karmically connected friend. When you opened your eyes this morning, who was the first guest to visit your mind? Was it the peace of the early sunbeam, or the heavy clouds of worries, pressure, and unresolved issues from yesterday? We often have an unconscious habit, waking up with the body of a new day, but carrying the mind of the old day. We fill our heads with noise even before our feet touch the ground. And then we wonder why we always feel tired and cramped within our own thoughts. But my dear friend, remember this well. Old thoughts are not obligations. Today, I invite you to practice a profound healing ritual, cleaning the mind. Cleaning here does not mean forcing the mind to be empty or to stop thinking. A clean mind is a spacious mind. It is a place where the dust of the past is swept away, giving way for clarity, presence, and peace to enter. Right now, take a deep breath and silently affirm to yourself, I choose clarity. I choose peace. I choose a completely new beginning. And to gain that fresh space, the first and most important thing we need to do is learn how to let go of yesterday. Lesson 1. Let go of yesterday before today begins, my dear friend. Try to contemplate this. Yesterday is essentially just a memory, like a dream that vanished at dawn. It no longer exists anywhere in this universe, except in your mind. Yet, why do we still feel heavy? That is because the mind has an inherent habit of clinging. We wake up but still cling tightly to the regrets of yesterday. If only I hadn't said that sentence. If only I had done better. We replay old movies that have already ended, and this very action creates a burden pressing down on the heart, just as the new day blossoms. To clean the mind, imagine your consciousness is like a bowl of water. After a long day of turbulence yesterday, that bowl of water was stirred up, filled with sediment and dust floating on top. If this morning you continue to use a spoon to stir it with worry and torment, the water will remain cloudy forever. You will not be able to see anything clearly. The only way for the water to become clear again is not to painstakingly scoop out the dust, but to let it settle down. Practice letting go right now with 3 simple steps: acknowledge, accept, and release. You can admit that yesterday had unsatisfactory things. You accept that it happened and cannot be changed. And then you choose to release it, allowing it to sink to the bottom of the lake of memory. Ask yourself a reflective question. What am I holding on to right now that cannot serve me today? Is it resentment? Is it disappointment? Or is it fear? Gather all that old dust, take a deep breath, and exhale forcefully. Give back what belongs to yesterday. To yesterday. Do not bring the trash of the old day into the brand new house of today. Small practice. Before you step out of bed this morning, silently chant this mantra as a declaration of freedom. Yesterday has ended. Today is new. When you truly let go of the burden of the past, you will see a vast space open up in your mind. And to preserve that precious clarity from being stained again, we need to learn how to strictly protect the first moments of the morning. Lesson 2. Protect the first moments of the new day. After you have let go of the burden of yesterday, your mind is now like a freshly tilled piece of land, loose, fresh, and ready to receive new seeds. The first moments when you awaken are the most sensitive time. It is the foundation that determines the energy architecture for your entire day. Yet, look back at the habits of most of us. The first reflex action upon opening our eyes is often to grab the phone, and immediately, The outside world rushes in like a flood. Unread messages, urgent work emails, sensational news, or social media full of comparison. We let deadlines and pressure invade the house of our mind, even before we have time to wash our face or breathe. My dear friend, remember this important principle. If you start the day in chaos, the mind carries that chaos all day long. You will find yourself rushing, easily irritable and distracted, simply because you lost mastery right at the starting line. Therefore, the second lesson is establish a sacred boundary. Commit to protecting at least the first 5 to 10 minutes of the morning. Don't let the outside world touch you yet. Don't let technology steal your peace. This is time dedicated solely to you, for you to connect with yourself. Don't be afraid of the morning silence. Morning silence is not emptiness. It is nourishment. It is in that stillness that you fully charge your soul's energy. 60-second boundary setting. Practice. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, put your phone aside. Sit up or lie still, gently placing your hand on your heart. Spend a full 60 seconds just feeling the rhythm of life in your chest. In that quiet space, ask yourself, today, what kind of energy do I want to invite into my mind? It could be calm, clarity, or patience. Choose one key word and breathe with it. You are proactively sowing the first seed for your garden instead of letting weeds from outside grow rampant. Once you have protected the land of your mind, the next step to keep it from being disturbed by scattered thoughts is to learn how to anchor yourself at the harbor of reality. Lesson 3. Return to the present before the mind wanders. My dear friend, even when you have tried to protect the first few minutes of the day, the human mind still has a very hard habit to break. It loves to wander. Just a moment of inattention while brushing your teeth or brewing coffee, and your mind will immediately take off. It turns back to the past to rechew an old conversation, or it rushes forward to the future to worry about a meeting that hasn't happened yet. The Buddha once taught a wonderful saying, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Focus your mind on the present moment." Why is this so important for cleaning the mind? Because a wandering mind is the source of clutter. When you are not here, your mind is like a house without an owner, with the windows open. The dust of anxiety, the trash of unfounded speculation will freely fly in and pile up. But there is a liberating truth I want you to remember. The mind cannot be anxious when it is truly present. Anxiety is the illness of the future tense, and the present is the antidote. Presence purifies the mind instantly. You cannot fully feel the taste of toothpaste and worry about a deadline at the same time. The brain cannot do those two things in parallel with the highest quality. So, how to pull the mind back when it starts to stray? I want to give you a very beautiful visualization technique from meditation. Imagine your mind is a clear stream flowing peacefully. The thoughts, whether good or bad, whether plans or fears, see them as dried leaves falling onto the water's surface. When a thought comes, "What should I eat for lunch?" That is a leaf. "Will the boss scold me?" That is another leaf. Your job is not to wade into the water to scoop out the leaves, nor is it to try to stop the stream. You just need to stand on the bank, watching the leaf drift by. Observe it. Ah, a thought is coming. And then watch it drift farther and farther away with the current and disappear around the bend. See and release. Do not hold on to it. Do not analyze it. Do not judge it. And to keep yourself standing firmly on the stream bank without falling into that continuous flow of thought, you need an anchor. The greatest anchor, always available within you, is the breath. The breath always happens in the present tense. You cannot inhale the breath of yesterday, nor can you breathe for tomorrow. The breath is the only thread connecting you to life right now. 10-cycle observation practice. Right now, or whenever this morning you feel your mind starting to run, stop. Perform 10 cycles of conscious breathing. Inhale, count 1. Exhale, count 1. Inhale, count 2. Continue up to 10. If at the 5th beat your mind flies off to think about something else, don't get angry. Smile gently, forgive that distraction, and return to counting from 1. This act of returning is the most effective way to sweep your mind clean. When you anchor yourself in the present, you will find your mind becomes still and clear, and it is from this clarity that you gain the composure to accept another inevitable law of the new day, which is constant change. Lesson 4. Accept impermanence to remove resistance. My dear friend, after having learned how to return to the present, you will realize a truth. The present is always changing, and the deep reason why our minds become cluttered and stressed is not due to external events, but because we are straining ourselves against change. Buddhism calls this change impermanence, vô thường. Many people fear this concept because they think it means loss. But change your perspective this morning. Impermanence is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to free you. Try to observe. This morning it might rain even if you want sun. The road might be jammed even if you want to go fast. A plan might be canceled. If your mind puts up a wall of resistance, why is it like this? I don't want this to happen. You are creating suffering for yourself. You are trying to control things beyond your reach, and that is the root of the clutter in your consciousness. True peace comes when you dare to let go of the steering wheel of control. When you accept that everything is flowing, you will no longer waste energy swimming against the current. Ask yourself this deep therapeutic question. What am I resisting right now that I could actually allow to happen? Is it a feeling of tiredness? Is it the noise outside the window? Or is it someone's delay? Practice this breathing exercise to transform resistance into acceptance. Inhale deeply and silently affirm, accept change. Exhale lightly and silently affirm, I release control. When you let go of resistance, the wall of tension within you will crumble. Your mind becomes soft, open, and clear. And it is in that defenseless state that you can easily see the simple and deeply grateful beauties existing right before your eyes. Lesson 5. Start the new day with gratitude for the ordinary things. My dear friend, when we let go of resistance in the previous lesson, the veil covering our eyes falls away, and in that moment, you will realize a shocking truth. You are much richer than you think. Normally, our morning mind often operates according to the mechanism of lack. We wake up and immediately think of what we don't have, what we must do, or look at the glamorous lives of others and feel inferior. It is this psychology of comparison and desire that clouds the clarity of consciousness. But to clean the mind, there is no detergent more powerful than gratitude. Gratitude washes the mind of negativity. It transforms your energy frequency from the state of demanding to the state of receiving. And the special thing here is, don't look for grand things. Be grateful for the ordinary things. We often disregard our breath, disregard the sunlight, disregard having a warm bed, or bright eyes to see our loved ones. We take them for granted. But in Buddhism, these are the background miracles. Just losing one of them, our lives would collapse. Tell yourself, enough is already here. You don't have to wait until you are successful, rich, or perfect to have the right to be happy. Happiness is right here in the hot cup of tea you hold in your hand, in the sound of birds singing outside the window, or in the simple fact that your heart is still beating rhythmically. Practice of 3 thanks. This morning, right when you wake up or while brushing your teeth, name the 3 smallest things you are grateful for. For example, grateful that I had a peaceful sleep last night. Grateful that I have clean water to wash my face this morning. Grateful that this body is not aching and is ready for the new day. When you fill your mind with gratitude, there will be no empty space left for envy or anxiety to creep in. Your mind becomes bright, warm, and complete. And you know what? Only when the cup of your soul is overflowing with gratitude do you have the surplus energy to share and love others. That is the foundation for us to move to the final lesson, establishing a compassionate direction for the whole day. Lesson 6. Set a compassionate intention. My dear friend, when the mind has been cleansed by release, anchored by the present, and filled with gratitude, it becomes as clear as a mirror. But if you walk out the door without a direction, the noisy world out there will very quickly make that mirror cloudy again. That is why we need the 6th lesson. Set a compassionate intention. Imagine the intention is like a lantern you hold in your hand when stepping into the darkness. It doesn't change the rough path beneath your feet, but it illuminates every step, helping you not to stumble and get lost. In Buddhism, intention is not an achievement goal, like I must earn X amount of money. Intention is how you want to be present in this life. It is the lighthouse that directs your emotions and behavior. There is a great saying that compassion is a form of mental clarity. When you have a compassionate intention, you will no longer act like an automatic machine. Instead of reacting angrily when someone offends you, you will respond with calmness and understanding. You shift from a passive state to an active state of mastery over your life. Intention setting practice. This morning, I invite you to choose one unique quality that you want to nurture today. Don't choose things that are too grand or abstract. Choose what is most authentic and intimate. It could be patience, so that when you are stuck in traffic or waiting for the elevator, you remember this lantern and smile instead of frowning. It could be loving speech, so that before uttering criticism, you pause and choose gentler words, or simply deep listening, so that you are truly present when a loved one or colleague shares. Right now, close your eyes, place your hand on your heart, and choose the key word for yourself. Whisper it 3 times as a sacred commitment. When you carry this intention, your day-to-day will no longer be a series of random events. It becomes a meaningful spiritual journey. And it is these small practices, day by day, that will weave a life of peace and stability. My dear friend, always remember that a clear mind is not acquired by chance. It is a choice you make every morning when you open your eyes. You have the right to choose peace over noise. If this video brings you relief, please press the subscribe button so we can continue to sow good seeds together in the next videos. Closing this ritual, I send you the most sincere wish. May you walk with ease and a peaceful heart. Goodbye and see you again.